if you buy a debit spread and then you sell the debit spread, right? And let's say you sell it for $240. What happens? Now pay attention. This is the part that gets people all screwy. So here, when you bought the debit spread, so you buy to open, let's say the 5600 call, and you sell to open the one above it, right? 5605 call. Looks like this. Everybody with me, right? That's how you buy it. And the net is 200. The reason why the net is 200, as an example, is that the 5605 is probably, let's call it $800 credit. And the 5600 call maybe is 1,000 debit. When you do the math, that costs $200. That's why it costs $200. So you must first understand. I'm sorry, Michael. It would have been $3,100. Yeah, you're right. You must first understand that the vertical, there's two separate legs of the vertical. On SPX, could be, expensive. Could be $1,000 for that call, and could be $800 for that call. It's a little cheaper, and that's what creates the total debit. The total debit when you buy a debit spread is the net calculation of these two, buying to open and selling to open. Okay? So if you go to sell the debit spread, what you're doing is you are selling the long call, right? And then you're buying back the short call to close. That's how you close it. You sell that one and you buy that one back. The way a cash account works is when you are buying back the short strike, in this case it's the 5600, this money gets debited from your account. It could be anywhere from $900, $800, $700, up to say $1,300. I've seen it be even more. So look what happens. Let's just say it was $900 to buy back that portion. This all happens in one transaction. That reduces your buying power by 900, doesn't it? Because you're taking money out of your account to buy back the short strike. That reduces your buying power to $1,900. But you say, well, but that's okay because I'm selling the long call of the vertical at the same time, and that's going to give me a $40 profit. You're right, but you won't see the money from selling it until the next business day. So your buying power remains here. And that's why you can't take another vertical trade, because your buying power is now less than $2,000. Everybody understand now? So what do? Well, what I would do is you can buy calls and puts. Hold on a second, guys. You could buy calls and puts on the shift. Instead of buying verticals and doing CTV, buy calls and puts on IWM or the SPY. In this case, you would use level or yellow to get out because you're not converting anything, right? You can't. But you could continue to buy calls and puts on the shift. You don't have to stop trading. Do a few more shifts, but buy calls and puts. Instead of buying the vertical where you would buy it, buy a SPY call. If the price is sitting at 565.70 on SPY when you notice the shift, then buy the 566 call and then get out at yellow or level. Understand? Does this make sense? So one way that you can, and that exactly, Michael, thank you for always inserting what I need to say. And that is, this way you can grow your cash account and it'll keep you from over trading. It'll also have you pick one really good shift. Like make sure everything's in alignment. Bang, get your fly, bang, 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 beautiful. And then the rest of the day do calls and puts. Until what? Until you have about 3,400. Because then you'll probably be able to do two of them. Two shifts. Remember, the first thing that you're going to do is buy a debit spread and then sell it. That's phase one, right? So you're probably not going to be able to do more than one of those. So if you are practicing and working on phase one, then your best bet is to just buy the debit. This is after you paper trade, right? Once you go live after paper trading, you buy one debit spread and sell it. You want to get good at that. You do one a day. The rest of the day, either keep paper trading or buy and sell a SPY call and use level or yellow to get out. When you get to this, you won't have to worry as much because you're going to buy a debit spread, and as Cake said, you're going to add the credit spread. That doesn't drop your buying power as much. So you probably can go do 2 to 3 shifts a day with CTV. And again, the rest, paper trade or do SPY calls, right? It's when you get to number 3 that's a challenge because you're going to buy 2 debit spreads. Okay, that drops your buying power by 400. You're going to try to sell one, right, which could be like a $900 or it's an $800 drop. And then you want to convert the other one, which is going to initially cost you $500. See how you're going to need, about $2,800, $2,900, $30,000, $3,000, $3,100 just to do that, right? So this is going to be tougher to do. When you bump up to 2 contracts, sell one, convert one, it's going to take up a lot of buying power. So what do you do the rest of the day? Use the shifts and do calls and puts as you build up your account until you can do what? Until you can do 2 shifts a day. Until you can do 3 shifts a day. Once you can do 3 shifts a day and your buying power grows, then go to 3 contracts on one and then 2 and 2 on the other. And keep growing it up. Got it? Hopefully this session helps you. You'll just get better and better. Remember, don't risk money. Become a rock star on paper before you start trading live. All right? Ciao.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video from Trade With Me Now. Make sure to go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel so you make sure that you catch our next video right when it's released. Also, if you have a question or comment, please leave that in the comments section below. And of course, if you want to learn more about Trade With Me Now or join our community of profitable traders, go to tradewithmenow.com. There's also a link in the description below.